Do what it do, what it do.
Uncle Jackson, Uncle Jackson. Peace, peace, peace. It's Free Soul. Here to give y'all this live and studio version of my new single, Uncle Jackson, featuring Lava. Let's get it. Yeah, yeah. Vibe, vibe, vibe. Vibe, vibe, vibe. Yeah. Uncle Jackson, Uncle Jackson, yeah, yeah, yeah. Look. And every death and rebirth is a cycle, eternal life. Yeah. And even in my darkest of days, I'm abundant in love and light. Life, prosperity, health. What I see when I look at myself. My energy flow into currency. I am the bag, time to manifest wealth. Universal glow, free soul. Shower the love everywhere that I go. Knee deep in the dirt on rainy nights. Watering and see the life so the trees them grow. Fruit for the labor. We mesmerize the world with this flavor. And we don't care about no haters. Look, shining too bright, you can't shade us. And that's a rule, then return them. Bye bye Babylon, we gon' burn them. That's a rule, then return them. Bye bye Babylon, we gon' burn them. Yeah. And every death and rebirth is a cycle, eternal life. Look, and even in my darkest of days, I'm abundant in love and light. Yeah. Uja Sene. Uja Sene. Uja Sene.
Let the womb talk, yeah. I am the sun, moon, and the stars, yeah. I bring the life through the darkness, yeah. We done seen enough strife, time to run it up, yeah. Let me take this moment to honor the fallen. They rise through dimensions, and we strong with their presence. What they didn't heal, we gon' clean it up. And what they didn't feel, we gon' live it up. And what they didn't see, we paint the picture. Rainbow body, the full spectrum. Breathing in this cosmic wisdom. Releasing what don't serve me no more.
And every death and rebirth is a cycle, eternal life. Yeah. And even in my darkest of days, I'm abundant in love and light. Uja Sene. Uja Sene. Uja Sene. Uja Sene. Uja Sene. Uja sinner. Uja sinner. Uja sinner.
And that's free soul. Free soul.
Hey, Gerald, talk to him about that, man.
It just was an ancient greeting, life, prosperity, and health. It was a greeting that you would give to a fellow, your person when you would greet them. Sanab Jeanette, life, prosperity, and health. I actually had that, that's actually my greeting for today. That's what kind of threw me. So,
Right?
Yeah, most definitely. That's definitely what's up right there. So it's just that we greet each other, and then when you understand what the eternal life, you know you're eternal anyway if you got knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? So the resurrection is knowledge of self, knowing who you are. You know what I'm saying? That resurrection that they're talking about is the awakening for each and every person, and that can happen at any time. Uh, as y'all always gonna hear me say again, got to go back to the source though. Sankofa, got to return back to the source to see what was lost to get that knowledge of self because of the misinformation and disinformation that's being put out today. So, got to be African centered. Got to listen to our scholars. Got to listen to our researchers that'll steer you back to that rightful path. And that's what I'm here again today. So, power, love. Wish everybody on Sanaa, Janelle, life, prosperity, and health. Black power, black love.
Yeah, no
That's
doubt.
right, man. Hey, man. Well, hey, man. Welcome, man. Sankofa 180 Degrees family. Thanks for joining us. Hey, we got Jonathan in the house, y'all. We got we got Kerry, we got Gerald. Man, we here, man. We here, man. How y'all doing, man? Listen, I just want to tell you, next Sunday we got the children's book read, man. Very important. People, come on and join, man. Let the kids get some African Black history, man. Let them get it, man. Let them get it, because I'm gonna tell you what they're doing, man. They're taking our history out of the schools, man. Here in Florida, it's against the law to teach Black African history. Okay, so teachers, so in the public school, you're going to jail if you teach any African Black history. Why is that, man? Why would they do that? Why would they make it so extreme like that? So I'm just saying. And then they made a statement. They rewrote. They're rewriting history. They said that the slaves benefited from slavery, and they said that they even attained skills from. I mean, the people that built the pyramids obtained skills. Like, wow, man, you really told that. You really told people that. So I'm just saying, man, like they're really rewriting history right in our face, man. We're at the age now. So we're at the age right now. We 50s and late 50s, mid 50s, what I mean, early 50s, what I mean, 60s, some of us, right? I'm just saying, man, we're at the age to where now, if we don't tell the story is gonna change. See, because unless you're teaching your kids, right? Unless you pushing this to your kids, right? And then they pushing it, right? But other than that, just like we are searching Kemet, we searching for the Hebrews, we doing research, we looking up these people, trying to get information. This is what they could be doing on this subject here, on the slavery later on. That's what they could be doing. They could be searching for this information, and then it's going to change so many times and so much. We gonna have to decipher and see what was real, what was bullshit. What did they make up? How did they sugarcoat it? You know what I mean? Like, this is what we're gonna be doing with that information, man. Kids is gonna be doing. They're gonna be searching for this stuff, the real history of slavery and their people before slavery. It's like it was so like right now, we searching for the people before slavery. we searching for the people before there was that any of that was ever going on, right? We searching for people, 3000 BCE, right? So just think about it, man. So now we're gonna have our kids searching for the people, you know what I'm saying, that happened. What was that? What's that? 17, what was that? What's the dates? For
Seven.
slavery.
That's 1791.
No, I'm talking about the slavery of the transatlantic
I don't know
slave
that.
trade, right? So what was that 1500s, something like that?
92.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? So we searching for that. So they're gonna be searching for that history. Is what I'm saying, man. And they're gonna have to decipher because the people that know the history is gonna be gone. Right. And so it's just important for us, family, to tell, to keep our history alive, man. That's just real important, family. To me, it's just real important, man. That's all I see. Hey, man. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, man. Good to see everybody on here, man. And Jamie got a banger for you, man. I was just about to insert something about to jump off for the kids setup next week, man. But I'm gonna just save it for next week to start the show off and or to implement before they start reading. But it's all good, man. Good to see you, Jonathan. Love you, Carrie. My dude Gerald. What's up?
Yo.
I'm ready to do it, man.
All right. And Queen Carrie, you want to tell them something?
Hi Kings. Yep, looking forward to this. It's interesting to me because of what Haiti's going through, the same kind of situation now. So I'm really looking forward to this and glad you're all here. Love you, Lo, and good to see all of you.
Hey, what'd you think of that song, Carrie?
I liked it. I really liked it. I thought it was really fitting, and yeah, wow, pretty cool. And then when Gerald told us what that meant, that was even better. So sweet.
Yeah.
Good job, you guys.
Yeah, that's Unc, man. Unc did that. I had to ask Unc, man. I need some music, man. Shit, Unc, Unc gonna come through, man. Every time.
Oh yeah, he's on it. He's on it.
Yeah, he's gonna come through every time, man. What's going on, Jonathan? Peace to you, King.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Doing all right. I'm interested in seeing what you gentlemen are talking about in Haiti, though. Is it something because they are in the news currently? There's an uprising.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I just wanted to go back and to show like to like not just now, but how they got there, how they got to where they are now. I mean, this is almost coming up to how they got to the situation that they're in, right? And why it's so important to these people to have this country collapse like they want it to.
Okay.
Right, or this island, right? Okay. But yeah, just check it out, man. She's a master teacher, King.
Okay.
Oh no, my bad. Hey, but yeah, just check her out, man. Hey, Gerald, peace, King. Talk to him, man.
Hey, one thing, real quick. Hey, Jonathan, what you benching over there, my boy?
About about 385.
I know.
A hamburger. Hey, I just turned 55, fam.
I already know, man.
Yeah, I had to switch the game up, man. We walking and jogging around here.
You're right, exactly.
Yeah, I ain't messing with that weight no more, man.
Right.
But I do want to impart on the topic of education as far as we go. I spoke briefly to you gentlemen about, I always go to scripture on it. And in Genesis they say, or God in speaking said, and we made man in our likeness after our image. And what, according to Webster, what makes a God in man is a level of consciousness. And it's funny how you were made in the image of God, but you were taught to stay away from the information that would make you one. The tree of knowledge was the only tree that you couldn't eat from, kind of thing. That's what made God God. So said it to say that the rich and powerful do not give the weak and poor the knowledge to become rich and powerful. It's against their own interests. So the shocking thing to me is that we ain't in an uproar when they put that out there blatantly in your face, that it's illegal to know your real history. It was illegal then to make a slave. As long as you were conscious, you knew. There was a time we knew we could, maybe 2, 3, 4, 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, when these people came and stole the books and the science and the agriculture from our communities in other places where we were the aborigine of those places. Those people were willing probably to give their life to hold on to what they had, knowing what they was giving away. But the narrative has changed according to who is in power. The spoils of war is your contribution. I mean, anything you've accomplished in your life, once you're conquered. And so with that being said, I look at it like, it's one thing to be conscious of what's taking place, but it's a whole nother thing to be conscious and do nothing about it. To me, that's the shocking part. Ever since I heard it said, I don't know, about 20 years ago, that the natural progression of the population in the United States is changing from white to brown, and that by the year 2050, the majority in America would be of a darker skin race, namely the Hispanic community is what was being put in the news. And since that time, I've been hearing things and seeing things. It's just, for certain people in society to maintain power, they have to maintain that power by keeping the opposite end of the color spectrum from gaining it. And with all that we've been freely exposed to, this, that, and the other, to maintain that power, that dominion and authority, it takes a slave mentality to allow it to happen. I know, and I'll say this in shutting up on this topic, because it's a big deal to me that it could even be in, man, do you know, just a few years ago, they had our very freedom on the ballot. Our very freedom was on the ballot just, right around 2000, 2001, And so what's shocking to me is that not that they have the audacity to do it because it's in their best interest in the maintenance of power, but that, we see things taking place where it's really like a true slap in the face, and there's no collective movement being done or brought up against it. And and thanks for letting me share that, man. I just wanted to get that little portion out on that topic.
Hey, Jonathan. Hey,
What's up,
Jonathan,
man?
send me a little something on the messenger so I know which one is you're working with. Just send me something real quick. Yes, no, anything. And hold up, and I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you this video, and I was thinking about sharing it when I present next time. But either way, watch the whole thing, man. Just on what you were talking about. Some of what I perceive you were talking about, right? And so watch that whole thing. Get back with me, man. Whether I show it when I present it or not, either way, just get back with me.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was powerful what you just said, King, and that was right on. That was right on, man. That was right on.
I got a joint, man. I'm gonna send them that to me pertains to a lot, but I think with that abstract mind, you'll be able to pick up a lot of good gems out of that, man.
Yeah, but I definitely respect that though, Jonathan. I do. I respect that, King. Hey, Gerald, peace, King. What's going on, King? Talk to him, man.
Uh, dealing with I spoke first.
You did? Okay, my bad, my
Yeah,
bad,
yeah,
my
yeah.
bad.
I like that
Okay.
Asarian resurrection, man. I got to get that one.
Yeah.
Egyptian
But
Bible.
kind of dealing with the whole just Haiti thing. Haiti was the first one to fight back and win their freedom, and they've been punished for it ever since.
That's right.
So yeah,
That's
what
right.
you see is
They
Dr.
whooped their
Jordan
ass. They actually
after the
whooped their
past.
ass, man. They
Yeah.
actually whooped their ass and took their shit. They said they ain't buying this shit. Hey, listen, man, y'all watch this though. She gonna give it to you, man. She gonna give it all to you.
Okay. That's what
Hey, family, listen, man. This is Bayyinah, Bello, Bayyinah Bello, Professor Bayyinah Bello. And I want to, and I don't know if a lot of people are familiar with her, but she's a powerful, powerful master teacher, man. Pay attention to her, man. And she's African.
Yeah, and we got
Right?
to.
Hey, Gerald, she African, right, King?
I think she Haitian, man.
She Haitian, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, but man, I got to see her first when we was watching the One Africa that was in Detroit.
Right.
And then I just watched a grip of stuff about her. And Susan, what's the other lady's name? Susan. Oh man, Susan. I'll get it, man, before the show is over, man. She powerful too, man.
Yeah, man. But
Key
this
here go the key. The key is African centered.
Right.
All right.
Excuse me.
So you can be African and not African centered.
Right.
That makes sense? And
That's
then
right.
you can have Europeans who teach our stuff, they African centered, and they teach it. It's understanding what African centered is. You with me?
Oh yeah, because
Because
she's gonna go
if
through.
you look at a lot of YouTube videos, you starting to see white people telling the truth about our shit, and they get
That's
a
right.
bunch of, and they if they tell the truth, people gonna come to them. It just they used to lie about it.
That's right.
But our people still in that mind condition that we'll listen to the white man before we'll listen to ourselves. But don't also what sometimes fool us if we see a black face and think that they automatically African centered. Now a lot of our people is tricked into some BS. So
Come on, man.
understanding African centered. And I don't want to hold up the thing no more. Black power, black love.
And you'll see that she recognized Orisha. She recognized Kemet. She recognized, she recognized Ogun. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? She recognized that, so you'll see. So here she go, family. I don't want to hold y'all up.
Hold up just 1 second, Jamie.
Yes, sir.
Let me see if Jonathan get this real quick.
Okay.
Just 1 quick second.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, family, just check this. Hey, this, like I said, man, I just got a real strong admiration for this lady, man. And y'all gonna see why, man, because she ain't no punk.
Right.
Strong revolutionary sister, man, right there, man. And she ain't holding you up. She gonna let you know too.
You get that, Jonathan?
Let me see.
I just sent it to. I got like 4 of them on these, man. So I just sent it to them all.
Or did you? How did you send it?
The messenger.
Messenger. Okay. I'm on Messenger, so I don't know.
Yeah. Just wait. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Go ahead, Jamie. Let's rock this. You can let me know afterwards.
I'll look at it.
Okay.
You sent it out. There you go. Open link. Yeah.
Yeah. So get back with me on that, man. Watch that from. I think it's going to intrigue you, man.
Okay. Absolutely.
Okay. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
In the names of the ancestors from whom we draw our inspiration, guidance, and strength, namely Isis, Oshun, Ogu, Ezuli, Nzinga, Toya, Nat Turner, Dessalines, we greet you in Haitian traditional terms, One, respect. In the name of resisting people of Haiti and the world, we greet you in the battle cry of the many, liberty or death. We thank African Echoes for inviting us to speak this evening. And as we discovered, our theme is fulfilling Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King prophecy.
Hey, IAT, she's talking about Haiti.
That's the correct pronunciation, how she say it.
Yeah.
If you
Hey.
if you talk to anybody from Haiti and you call it Haiti, they gonna correct you right from the beginning and say it like that. They don't play that.
AT, that's what it is. So it's just I just want y'all to understand, understand that. So I just wanted to, give y'all a heads up because she gonna say it a lot.
Hey, this is a tight joint, man. I remember watching this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
This is the one.
We thank you for being here. Unlike what Brother Inuni, I understand what he feels, but I really don't care about those who are not here. The important thing is you who are here. So let me invite you to come a little closer. So what comes out of me may be more what you need to know, what you need to hear. I thank you for the honor of allowing me to speak for you, what you want to know from yourself. Because ultimately, that is all that matters. It doesn't make any difference how many people stand up and clap for you. It makes no difference how many television program or radio program that you go on, what kind of a big star or big whatever you are. Because what is important is, are you yourself? And are you doing what your mission is? We want to know, how does a sister from IT going to talk about fulfilling Martin Luther King's dream? Which dream was this? Little white children and little black children, hands in hands? Do you think this may be the dream that I'm going to talk about this evening? No. That dream is not in me, and I don't know of anybody who has this dream.
That's right.
And what is the dream? Well, it is a dream that is not often mentioned. But maybe it was just a mistake, but one day he said that he believed that one day a very small country, somewhere insignificant, would rise up and crush the United States of America. That is the dream I have in common with King. I come from a very small, insignificant country, trodden down, baffled by every so-called nation friend, sister nation, brother country, whatever it is they call themselves, baffled by so-called international community, baffled finally through education, through miseducation, through conditioning, baffled by ourselves, fooled and trampled by ourselves, because we have been trained to do this. But we must know what is this country. We must know what is the purpose. A nation is what? A nation is a group of families that come together. They have past experience together, common past experience, and they establish a common objective. When you have past experience, which give you culture together, and you establish an objective to work towards, then you become a nation. And if we go back to the time where they were creating this country, Haiti, and please call it by its name, Haiti, not anything that you hear other people calling it. Thank you. This is a land that the founders sat down and decided would be the refuge for all black people throughout the world. It's not whatever little group is living on it. It's not the possession, the propriety of the little group that is there now. But their vision was, we're going to create this space here as a place where any black person running from any kind of oppressing havoc, oppressing chaos, they can come here. And instantly, any black person who set foot on this land becomes automatically free and a citizen. They went further. They said, anyone freeing slavery who comes to Haiti will be free. But if you're black, you are free and a citizen. Now that is the mission of this country. So Haiti does not mean this small geographical space there. It means everywhere black people can create a space that is a refuge for other black, then that person is in Haiti. Haiti is, as far as I know, the only island in the Caribbean that has its original name. Even though the criminals coming from Europe, arriving on the island of Haiti, that's the name of the entire island. That's what the Arawak people called it. And this for thousands of years before the criminals arrived from Europe. And when they arrived, they find the people there. It is estimated there were between 2 and 3.5 million Arawaks on the island in 1492. 11 years later, it was estimated less than 100,000 people were living on this island. A little before this estimate, as they noticed that the people were just dropping off like flies, the Europeans went to Jamaica, collected a portion of the population there, brought them to Haiti to dig for gold for them. And that population disappeared too. They went to Puerto Rico and brought boatloads of Arawak and Tainos and Caribs. And that population disappeared too in Haiti. And then, and only then, did the white man, we are told, the good father Las Casas, being so kind, he felt now that they're practically all dead, we shouldn't kill them all off completely. Obviously, they're not strong enough for this labor we want them to do. We should go to Africa and get some big, strong black folks. Bring them here to do this job, to work for us for nothing. This was a very pure father, Las Casas. A very humanitarian man.
Bartholomew.
Who owned big plantations in Cuba and in Puerto Rico. And in the name of Jesus, he sent for boatloads of our brothers and sisters in Africa to travel the entire ocean, all these many miles, to come here and work so somebody else will get rich. Now, we are told this whole process is supposed to be a civilizing process. We are told the Arawaks were savages. We are told, in some cases they even say they were, what's the word they like to say when you eat people? No, cannibals. Cannibals. They were cannibals. But you know, these Arawaks were living there for thousands of years and multiplying. 3.5 million people eliminated in less than 11 years. A few Europeans came. The Europeans were never more than a few thousand on the island. If we had 3.5 million cannibals on an island, and a few thousand Europeans came, and after 11 years, the cannibals were all dead, and the civilizers were still there. Is there something wrong with this information? Something very wrong. Very, very wrong there. Yes, we have a dream. Yes, we have a firm conviction. For our study of history of our street has taught us. Nations always rise and become extremely so-called powerful. Once upon a time, England used to say, the sun never set. Can they say this today? Once upon a time, France said a lot of things. Once upon a time, Rome said a lot of things. But every single time, some small, insignificant nation rises and places that monster in its place. And I am certain the same, we will see that same thing. We have seen Russia disintegrate, or USSR, but there was a lot of propping, so a lot of us didn't even understand what really went down. And since it was like family affairs, things were arranged in such a way that you and I couldn't really see what happened. And then you know how it goes in the family. Even if I fight with you, we battle, I crush you down, then I help you get up too when we go in front of other people. So it's very difficult for people to really know what went down inside the room. But that's nothing. They think they did the big crushing for this period, but that's nothing. The best is yet to come. We, as a people, have to work seriously. The first war has to be the war on self. You and me and him and she and her and him need to know the white man is living inside of you. He is in your mind. With every book you studied in school, he snuffed inside the tiniest little crawl, this little fit in your head. And I don't know, maybe he has even entered our soul. We need to investigate. But we have a mission. The first mission, before you and I can get together, you need to get together with yourself, armed as you can get, with the best weapon, the highest, most up to the point technology weapon, and go out and get this white man out of your brain. And I have got to do the same thing before you and I can get together. We don't need to lament about those who are not here. Those who are not here are not ready to be here. Those who are not here could be troubled by what we have to say today. We don't know what it is, but whatever it is, we know that it is for those who are here.
Right.
And the important thing is concentrate, you who are present. Concentrate on grasping the essence on what will be given to you so you can go out and have that first battle with which each one of us must have in order for us to come together. We must go out and face ourselves. Look in the mirror. Tell yourself the truth. Don't tell yourself no lies. Without the truth, we're not going anywhere. Yes, Haiti's mission is to create a land, a space where all black people who are in trouble anywhere in the world can come in and find refuge. So when you understand that, you also understand why any nation with this kind of mission in this white supremacy world that we're living in must be continuously under attack from every corner. That's normal. That's natural. And it is insane if you are an Haitian to make believe or to tell yourself that you're gonna go to your country and build a nice home and enjoy the sea on Sunday and, have a little fun, relax. I'm sorry. You should find another place where you should go do this. You cannot come and do this here. Because this here place is the center of the biggest war happening in this world. Because it does not have any one enemy. It has white supremacy as an enemy. And they are not asleep. They know, even if they kiss up with you, even if they sleep with you, they have identified you as their enemy and they're gonna go after you. If they're kissing up on you, it means that you are in a position where they don't feel they can attack you openly now. If they're feeding you, you should know there's a lot of possibility that this food is poison. If you're drinking from them, you should know that there are great possibilities that there is something in this drink for you. But more than this, if we take a little look at the Constitution of this country, the first Constitution, the only valid Constitution, Constitution of 1805, states clearly this land is the land for all black folks. States clearly any black person landing here becomes automatically free and a citizen. States clearly no white man has the right to buy property here or walk as master on this land. Clearly. And this law. And now, when you learn that Haiti is actually on its, I think we were at Constitution 38 or 39, I don't know how many constitutions we have since the Constitution of 1805. If you understand, and of course in most books, you will not find a copy of the Constitution of 1805. They will begin with the Constitution of 1807. Even though they will have the Constitution of 1801, which is before Haiti's independence. But most people can never find a copy of 1805. But if you understand the mission of this country, then you also understand why this Constitution cannot be this readily available. With every Constitution, they removed the mission of the country little by little. And the very last thing to fall out was the article on white man cannot buy land or walk as master on this land. And it was removed in 1915 during U.S. occupation.
That's right.
And the Marines encircled the Parliament at that time when they wanted to have this law removed from the books. They had already been manipulating several weeks already. Several new laws came in, removing this one, removing that one. But when they got to this law about white men, even this Parliament, which agreed with almost anything the U.S. asked. The U.S. asked to turn left, everybody turned left. Turn right, everybody turned right. But when they said we must remove this article, every parliamentary person said, not me, I don't want to be involved with this. I'm not here. So the U.S. Marines encircled the Parliament House, arrested all the Parliament folks, wrote the new decree to remove this law from the books, and passed it. Democratically, thank you. Okay.
Hey, pause that just for a second, Jamie.
So, what?
Yes, sir.
What year
See how
was
deep that is?
Huh?
See how deep that is?
Yeah. I remember watching this one too. But what year was that she was talking about that rule was extricated?
That
Or
what?
That rule she just talking about was taken out.
1915.
1915?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep. 1915. You see how cold it is, but see, the media didn't report this.
You said 1915.
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, you see, the media didn't never report this though. You never heard nothing about this. Them surrounding it and making them change that law. See, this is how cold United States is. All of them, all these countries. Watch this.
Why? People will tell you many things. I'm sure there are books on tops of books. You will read as to why the economic reasons why they had to occupy Haiti. Oh, no. The trouble, so much coup d'etats and too many killings of officials and too much trouble in the country. That's why the U.S. had to occupy Haiti. But here's what the U.S. did. When they came in the first time, they occupied Haiti. First, they changed all the worthwhile laws from the books. I'm sorry, that wasn't first. The very first thing was, Haiti was the only country at that time who did not have their money backed in the Americas, backed by the dollar. Our money was backed by gold.
Right.
Our entire reserve, gold reserve, was taken away for safekeeping, we were told, and brought to Fort Knox. It has yet to return home. This was 1915.
Right.
When somebody asks you, why is there so much poverty? When some white person says, oh, I want to go help the poor people in Haiti, so I'm going to bring a little bread and a little water for them. Ask them, why don't you just ask your government to give them back their gold? Right. Yes. So, we're looking at a country that has set a model for black countries. The only country who had a constitution which was in accord with what the purpose of the people. We cannot have black people enslaved or colonized, and then when we're free, we say, oh, our colonizers are our best friends. They teach us the laws we should have in the books. We're going to take their books to have the schools. We're going to take their doctors to come and build our hospitals. Why the hell then why don't you just stay in slavery or stay in colonization? We have an example, Nigeria. Very important country. 110 million people strong. Powerful land, variety in climate. Nigeria has everything to win as a black country. When Nigeria was becoming, and the crackers really didn't want to give Nigeria up. They did not. Because Nigeria was too much wealth, too much of everything. And it had a very dynamic personality, the people of Nigeria. Well, when you read the Constitution of Nigeria, you can hardly tell this is a black nation.
Right.
But furthermore, the accompanying agreements, Nigerians agreed to live in the hands of England. The educational system, the justice system, the finance system, and the resources. So here we are independent. Here's how it went in Nigeria. We're independent. Hooray! Independence! Wonderful. But England will determine what you do as far as education is concerned, will determine how money is spent and for what, will determine how resources are used, and will determine justice for the next 15 to 20 years. Is that independence? All right. So Haiti, if you're looking for one country, one black country, coming out of slavery or colonization, that actually had what you call independence, you will not find two examples. Not even Ghana. Ghana is the closest. Ghana had pretty good documents in what they set up. Guinea tried. Paid very dearly for trying. Okay? So, tell me, here we are. I'm a slave master. You're my slaves. I spent 100 years beating up on you, your grandmama, your great-grandmama, making you work for nothing for me. Centuries after centuries. And then one day independence must come. I said, okay, fine, let's have independence. Let's sit down and talk about it. Here's how your independence is gonna go, okay? Let me tell you. And now, independence is signed, we all happy, we shake hands. How sweet. All the land that I took from your family remains my land, of course. And now you out in the streets begging. You know what I'm gonna say? Look at this bum. What is wrong with him? These black folks can't do nothing for themselves. Here he is begging, always begging. And we are so stupid. We won't even say, yeah, I'm begging because you stole my land. I'm begging because you killed my mother. I'm begging because you slaughtered my grandmother. I'm begging because you raped my sisters. That's why I'm begging. We're going to say, no, white man, you got to help us. Yeah, we're really in bad shape. You know why you can't give him the sense? You went to school, I hear. Your mama swept by the roadside, selling mangoes to send you to school, to send you to the best schools. Like my mother. My mother was living in a room, one room, saving every penny she made to send me to a school called Collège International Montpellier. After I finished secondary school, I had no idea. Hey, my mama said she's sending me to school. I went to school. But when I got to the school, you know what they taught in that school? They teach you how to drink whiskey, how to drink vodka, how to ride horses, how to play card games. And see, this is a school, of course she didn't know. To her it was a great school because it was in France, and in France everything you learn is good for you. This is a school that children of barons and queens and whatever, who don't have any brains, who don't have anything to do, all they have to do is go and learn how to walk fancy, speak fancy, and drink up a storm without ever looking drunk. It's sad, but it's true. I spent a year, and there was no way I could explain to my mother, this here, where you sent me, I don't belong here. Anyway, to make a long story short, I went, did my year. At the end of the year, I have a diploma. Hey, I know how to drink vodka real good. I know how to dress up. I was forced to press my hair. I think it was 3 times a week I was supposed to press my hair, because I was never supposed to have a kink anywhere. I must not be myself, you know. My hair was always to be pulled in a silky, slinky little whatever it was. Okay, I did it all until the last day. When the notes were all posted, I washed my hair with a lot of pleasure. And I blow it all out, something like tonight. Probably it was much bigger because it was longer then. And I put an African outfit. Without lying, one of my teachers went to the hospital with an infarctus. And the man kept saying on the hospital bed, it is impossible. She was my best teacher. I invested so much in her. She can't revert like this. They worked hard to turn me into a white woman. It just didn't take. I was bad earth.
The brainwashing. That's right.
Soil.
That's right. Brainwashing.
But I'm only telling you this because many of you are going to school. If you're not, you have a child that you're sending to school. You have a niece, you have a cousin that's going to school. A book written by a colonizer, a racist pig. Do you think that this can help your child grow?
Question.
Am I saying you should not go to school? No. What is the difference between medicine and poison? What's the difference between the poison and the medicine? A matter of degree. Thank you, brother. It's the same thing. There is no difference. Every medicine is poison. It will kill you if that's what the doctor tells you. Take 1 teaspoon every 5 hours or every 8 hours. If you decide, hey, this pain is too much, let me take 5 teaspoons, what will happen to you? Right? Yes. Every medicine is poison. When you go to school, you have to think in terms, this is the poison you've got to have. But you have to measure how much of it, when you should take it, and sometimes maybe you just may have to say, hey, forget it. But that's a fact you need to know. Every time you sit in front of the television, somebody's working on you. Someone is working to change you from a black person who knows who they are and want to be themselves to something that wants to be anything other than what it is. When you take the New York Times to read, you think you're getting information? You are reading approved truth. Truth approved for general consumption. That's what you're getting. has nothing to do with truth. It has nothing to do with reality. We have right now the island of Montserrat, which is 1/3 covered by the ashes of a volcano. Is there a big boo-hoo in all the television programs, all the television stations, right? No. It's a bunch of black folks. Who cares? And funny thing is, this week we have Italy. A little earthquake shook and killed 4 people. There isn't one station who didn't give it. Not one. In Haiti, people are dying every day. All kinds of reasons, all kinds of situations. But that's not the problem. But when the big, gory, bloody stuff arrives, that's when it's interesting. In seconds, we have thousands of journalists from all over the world in the country. When it's big and bright, you know. But never they will touch the reality of what's happening. They'll give you their version, their interpretation, and they will give it to you in a way, in degrees, that will make you feel these Haitians are a bunch of fools. These people always have a problem. And that's the same way they give us information about you. That's true. Most Haitians don't like black Americans. That's a fact. I'm not gonna lie about it. We don't like you because the only information we have about you is what your enemy and ours tell us about you. And you don't like Haitians either. Because you have the same information from the same source about us.
That's right.
When was the last time the New York Times told you anything about Toussaint Louverture? When did the New York Times talk about Jean-Jacques Dessalines? When did you ever hear about what is the mission of this country? They even have us clap to be occupied in 1994. Yes, I stood up against the coup in Haiti. Yes, I stood up for the return of the will of the people in Haiti. Because at the time, yes, Aristide won by 70% of the votes. He is the choice of the people, so he should go back. But when I'm told, okay, he's going back with military occupation, I said, no, that's too expensive. This price, not for me. Most of my comrades were against me. But that's not their fault. Lack of vision, lack of knowledge of our street, lack of understanding. What does military occupation mean in any country? I don't care where. That is not the problem. Military occupation means prostitution will rise up out of the street into the best families, number one. Because General so-and-so and Colonel so-and-so from the U.S. Army is not going to go in the street and pay $2. No. And he's got to have a prostitute. He's going to go in your home, my home, take my sister. Number two, the cost of living must rise at least 15%. That's a fact, whether you want it or not. Any place where there have been occupation, those are the two first results of any occupation. So before, 5 goods for $1. Today, 17, 18, 19, 20 goods for $1. You know how many people cannot eat in this country? 70% of the population is not working. The World Bank says, oh, to make things better, we have a good plan for you. Things are gonna get real good, real fast. First, the public workers must be reduced by half. A study proved that every working Haitian feeds at least 7 people. And we only 30% of the population, the working population, is working. Now when you're going to reduce it to 15% of the population, how many people are we each going to feed? And then what happens to the ones who don't have somebody working to feed them? In 1946, Haiti imported nothing of what it needed to survive on a day-to-day basis. In 1960, Haiti did not import its food. Since 1970, there is progress, I think they call it. We start importing things. And today, 1997, Haiti imports even lemon, even plantain, even corn. And don't forget, we are buying it with 20 goods for $1. But remember, Haiti is nothing but an example. It's nothing. Whatever we say about Haiti, we could say it about Zaire, we could say it about Nigeria, we could say it about Togo, we could say it about Ghana, we could say it about Guinea, we could say it all over wherever our people are. And that's why we must make it our business. If we say we're serious about growing, if we say we're serious about going to war, you have to know what's happening in every part of your world. Don't sit here, I'm a black American, I'm living in Newark, New Jersey. Well, New York, I don't have no problem in Newark, New Jersey, we're okay. We have a nice mayor. No, we've got to become involved. Because whatever they're doing to us in Haiti, whatever they did in Zaire, in Lomé, in Ghana, it's coming to you, brother. It's coming your way, if it's not already there. Whatever they do to you, they're coming with us, to us with it. Whatever they do to us, they're coming to you with it. In 1960, Haitians did not know what drug was. 1970, if you say marijuana to somebody in Haiti, what you talking about? Cocaine? Today we have a large drug population since the occupation. Yes. Another wonderful thing that
Jamie, just 1 second.
does, it's cleaning out its jail population.
Did she say that in 1971 there was none of the illicit drugs?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So they start pumping shit up in Haiti.
Right.
Just
Okay.
like they did in the United States in the 80s.
Downtown Lansing.
Yeah. Back in the 80s, they pumped the crack up in there.
Right.
You know?
Populations, we're told. So for the past 3 years, every American Airlines that land in Port-au-Prince has 4 or 5 handcuffed men in the back. These are supposedly Haitians. Nobody checked their papers, nobody really knows. But what is certain, they are hardcore criminals. The US has a program. If you've been in jail 10 years, or you've gone to jail so many times, the next time they arrest you for hardcore crimes, instead of giving you life imprisonment, they can take you back to your country, supposedly. And this without saying anything to the government. You get to the airport, they take off the handcuffs, and you're in the streets. The American Airlines land every day in Haiti at least 3 times a day. And every day it brings a load. And then they say, oh, There is insecurity in the country. We wonder how come. Until 1985, I lived home in a house where I did not have the key to the front door. Even when I went on vacation, I didn't lock the door. I just pulled it. Today, I wouldn't dare. But to solve all of this, first element, we must know what's happening. Because if you don't know, you cannot resolve a problem that you have not identified. Number two, you must get yourself together. Don't look at Zaid and say, well, here's what's wrong with Zaid. Forget it. Bayyinah has to look at Bayyinah. Look at what's wrong with Bayyinah and decide how to cure and clean Bayyinah. Zaid has to take a good look at Zaid, clean up Zaid, and cure Zaid. And when Bayyinah is clean, Zaid is clean, Bayyinah and Zaid can have a program together.
Thank you. Yes,
All humans, Africans maybe more than others, know that we do not live by flesh alone. Yeah, I hear there are people who say they are atheist. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in spirits. Atheist, thank you. They don't believe in spirits. They don't believe in any force other than man. Possible. But what I know is all Africans, all, from every corner of the continent, all of the people with high melanin content, they all believe in what we don't see, in non-matter existence. So, I cannot speak and not come to the spirituality of things. In Haiti, a discipline was established. A set of belief, a belief system was established. Created from Ifa, from the motherland. Our expression of the divine, of the unseen, is called Vodun. Vodun is how we view the universe, how we view the interaction between matter and non-matter. Nothing is free from non-matter, from spirit. In Vodun, each person have their spirit. As a group, we have a spirit, all of us together. As a nation, we have a spirit. The tree has a spirit. The cat has a spirit. And Vodun teaches that if I really want to understand what's going on around me, what's going on in the world where I'm at, I must understand the spirit of things. I cannot just know matter of things. And Vodun gave us a multitude of principles for understanding. As I told you, everything has a... If the black man, there's a spirit of the black man. There's the spirit of the African man. There's the spirit of the white man. Whether he knows it or not, he's got one. Now, when the first black woman was raped by the first white man, and they brought into this world somebody called a mulatto, do you think this person has another spirit? Of course. With every new matter that comes to be, a new spirit comes to be. The television is a machine. The camera is a machine. But the camera has a spirit. And the best cameraman is the one who understands the mechanical workings of this machine and the spirit of this machine. So if we really want to get to work, we not only need to know ourselves, the truth about ourselves in the flesh, we need to know the truth about our own spirit. So we can tell, in fact, if you don't get into your spirit, how will you be able to kill this white man that's hiding in front of you without killing yourself? He and you are mingled in like this. If you're gonna go get him, there's a large chance that you will kill yourself when you shoot at him, unless you know your spirit. And our people in Haiti have devised a system that allows us to understand the spirit of humans. And this understanding of spirits of humans, if we all knew it and applied it, it will make interaction between us so much easier. My brother Zaid over there, from having observed him a number of years, I know he's an Ogu. There's no doubt about it. My brother Inuni over here is a Legba. Now, if there is a position or there is something going on in this group, we all in a group, if Zaid knows who he is and Inuni knows who he is, they will never contest the same position. By knowing what their vital force, life force is, they know that certain things, they don't need to be there. They know that there is a time for them. They just have to let everybody be who they are and accomplish their mission. I'm going to try to make it a little clearer for you. Everybody here is familiar with Toussaint Louverture? Okay. Toussaint Louverture is a black man who largely contributed to the independence of Haiti, but he did not see independence. Freed himself as a slave. He was a slave for a time, and he was named by the white man François Dominique Breda. François means a thing belonging or having quality of French. Okay, a French thing, French possession, French quality. Dominique means somebody born on a Sunday. Breda is the name of the plantation where he was born. Every slave on that plantation signed Breda. Okay, so his name, François Dominique Breda. As this man started to implicate himself in the struggle for revolution, he got rid of the François. The Dominique fell off almost by itself. And people started calling him, as his godfather used to call him secretly, Toussaint. He was called Toussaint because his godfather, who's a man who came to Haiti as an adult, an African, and as an African, Africans like to name people according to the day you were born. And he's born on November 1st, which is the day of All Saints. So Toussaint means All Saints, okay? So his godfather secretly always called him that. Later, when he started to affirm himself as a revolutionary, he said to people, hey, don't call me this François business. Hey, call me like my godfather calls me, Toussaint. Fine. As he became military implicated, and people start noticing that whenever they are trapped somewhere, and Toussaint is there, he always finds a way to open the way and get out of the trap. So then people start calling him L'Ouverture, which means the opener, the one who opens the way. So Toussaint L'Ouverture. This man paved the road to independence. But before independence, he was captured by the French, taken to France, locked up in a jail, opened up a hole in the ceiling for snow to come in and eat him away. He died of gangrene. After Toussaint, Jean-Jacques Dessalines took the lead of the movement. And Dessalines took things all the way to the Declaration of Independence, January 1st, 1804. But when you study these two people, when you study them spiritually, Toussaint, not only by his name, both these names, is a Legba. What is a Legba? Legba is the spirit, the opening, the initiator of all things. He opens the way for people. He allows somebody to get to where they ought to be. If you take the Bible, Moses is a Legba. He opens the way for people to get somewhere, but Legba never gets there. Legba must not be attached. Legba is the door. He creates the opening for you. You go in. He stays there to create another opening for somebody else. He doesn't go. Toussaint did not see independence. Toussaint was followed, as I said, by Jean-Jacques Dessalines, who is an Ogun. Ogun is the spirit of the one who eliminates obstacles after an objective is set. Be careful. An Ogun is a very wicked thing if there is no objective. You have to have your objective set, and then the role of Ogun is clear, and Ogun will give you a fine job. It will get you to the objective. So, depending on what circumstances we're in and what our objective is, Zaid and Inuni cannot want the same position. Two very different nature, two very different spirit. But when Zaid don't know who he is, and Inuni does not know who he is, what happens? It's easy for them to fight for the same position because they do not know who they are. They are not in touch with their true self, the vital force that makes them be. And that's why it's important for us to get into the spirituality, our own. Vodou is not, you see, in Africa, I hate to talk about religion. Be careful. Religion is a business in which they sell God. And this business works very well for whoever sets up the shop. Okay? Now, when we're talking about Vodou, we're not talking about a religion. We're talking about understanding your profound nature.
That's right.
So you can be and live as who you are.
That's right.
Nobody can come and tell you, well, hey, you want something? I'm going to see that will give me $5,000 and I'm going to call God up there and, tell him. No. And this is something that sometimes I found so sad, that we have a lot of people who claim to be Hungan and practicing Vodou, and they're doing the same business as the Catholics, and they're trying to turn it into a religion. In fact, something horrible is happening at home right now. A lot of Hungan today are starting to dress in the robes, the big white robe or black robe the priests used to wear, that they're not wearing anymore. Now the Hungans at home are wearing them with a big cross on their stomach. They're giving up the asson, a thing they used to shake. They're now taking the cloche, the bell. Ding, 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 ding. If you go certain ceremonies today, you go to them and you think you're in church. Anyway, today a lot of them start with, "Our Father who art in heaven." Yes. And that is sad. That is out of nature, out of themselves.
That's right.
Spirituality, nobody can teach it to you. You need to get the fundamentals of any books, any spiritual system. You can get the fundamentals and then look at inside of you and then determine how you are going to use the fundamental principles to improve your life. But nobody can tell you, you must pray every Friday, you must do this every Saturday, you must do that every Sunday. No, because what is good for you is not necessarily what I need. You may need to go into yourself, and meditate 100 times a day. And even the same person will not need it the same way all the time. You, in certain circumstances, you need to be meditating and finding all your forces, gathering all your forces continuously certain days. And then other days you may not even think about it. It doesn't mean you don't pray. Because everything you say, if you're living your own life, if you are who you are, and you know who you are, and you live working towards realizing your mission in life, every sound of it out of your mouth is a prayer. Every gesture you make is a prayer. Every dance you dance is a prayer. And when you make love with somebody, you are praying. If you know who you are, and this person knows who they are.
That's right. That's right.
There isn't anything that you do that is not a prayer. When you know who you are. When we're looking at life, taking life as if we were, I don't know, leaves being blown in the wind. You don't put any objective. You don't set no objectives. You just sit there and complain. Here's something else we're very good at. We can complain for days. And when you say to somebody, what's the solution? Okay, let's try. Nothing's going to work. But you know, they keep doing this. They're doing this to us. No, don't complain. I don't believe in complaining. Look at the truth for what it is. Face up to it. Oshun teaches us. Love, you know what love is? Are you sitting well? Because I know you all been looking at all this television and this movie and reading all these fine romance novels. Love is knowing your weaknesses, your strength. The weaknesses and strength of your partners, the weaknesses and strength of your enemies. That is love according to Oshun. That is equilibrium. If somebody tells you, oh, I love this brother, look at his little nose. This person don't love you. Person loves your nose, man. You better run. Oh, I love this sister. Her butt is so cute. Man is a butt man. Don't waste your time with him. When there is love, there can never be love when there is no knowledge. Ignorant can't love nothing, not even themselves. Knowledge is the first step to love. I know this brother. I know what he can do. I know his spirit. I love the brother. Yes. And because I love him, and he knows me, he loves me, we can make a plan together. I don't have to become your wife. You love me, I love you. There's something we can do together. Maybe it's going to be something in the revolution. Maybe it's going to be something in business. And maybe it's going to be put our two lives together. But that's not the where we're going to do the loving. It doesn't really matter. I love you, you love me. We're going to do something that's going to benefit the whole. That's when I love you. But if I love your nose and you love my butt and her little feet and her little something, please. This is not going to take anybody anywhere. In Verdun, we are taught good is what benefits the collective. The individual exists to contribute to the collective. So when I'm going out, I want to get all the money I can get to get me 2 cars, 5 houses, and jewelry and galore and all of this. And you tell me I love my people. And I'm going to say, I love my people. My people are starving to death. Any one of my earrings could feed a child for a couple of years. I'm sorry, that's not true. I do not have a good knowledge of who I am. Because if I have a good knowledge of who I am, I will know that this hungry child is me. So this hungry child cannot stay that way when I'm with 10,000 jewelry all over the place. No, I cannot do it. Before I came, I prepared a text, the text I delivered yesterday. This text, I prepared it, and since I went back home, I have made it a policy that whenever I'm coming out here or out of the country to talk, my text must be approved by peasants in my country. So after preparing my text, I translate it in our own language, and I go to different places in the country, and I deliver it to groups of people who don't know how to read and write. And I have been shocked at the corrections they have brought to my text. One such correction is a definition of the word success. I had wonderful, I don't know what it is, but I had beautiful words to say what success is. And a peasant, about 72 years old, said, success, that's not that. I said, what do you mean? I mean, I went to school. I should know. I read in big dictionaries. He said, that's not success, sister. What you're describing here is applaud for a particular achievement. That is not success. Success is being who you are in such a complete and stable way that you become the foundation upon which the next generation will feel secure.
Yes, sir.
Success is not what you do. Success is who you are. If you live your life as who you are and who you ought to be, nobody needs to know you. Don't matter you don't go on CNN. It doesn't matter if WBI don't know you exist. You are a very successful person. Another brother asked me, do you have any children? I said, yes. How many? 4. And 2 grands. Where are they? I said, where they were. He asked me a number of questions. Did they go to school? What did they do? Blah, 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 blah. This is okay. Any of them got arrested? Any of them doing drugs? Any of them smoking? No. Well, you're a successful woman. Because the ones who came after you, their lives are good. That's what your success is. Makes no difference to me how many cars you got, how many houses you get. That is not success. So we need to look inside and establish for ourselves. Don't take other people's standards. White men say, small nose are in, and we all go around walking like this and feeling guilty because our nose breathes real good. You have no problem breathing. That's great.
I just want y'all to know, man, that there's a part 2 to this. Yeah, so there's a part 2 to this, man, and it's another hour long. So, I'll send it to everybody, man, and y'all can check it out on your own, right? What I did, I just wanted to touch on a couple of things real quick, man, and then we open it right up, right? So the Toussaint Louverture, right? That she mentioned, right? So that brother was a very he played a pivotal part in that revolution, man, and how they gained Haiti back, man, or I-80, excuse me, right? So on all, you know, because on August 21st in 1791, this brother went to war with the French, right? And he knocked off a lot of them. And I know y'all familiar with Bonaparte, well, my man Bonaparte, Napoleon Bonaparte,
Right.
right? And so Bonaparte ended up sending about 43,000 troops to I-80 to go get dude. They wanted to go get dude. They, you know, and they got him. They came and got him, put him in jail, like she said. They put him in jail, he died. So the other brother she was talking about, his general, right? The sailing, right? Jack, yeah, this brother took over for him.
Do you got the spelling of his name?
Yeah, it's which one?
The one you're talking about right now. That took over
John, yeah,
and they
John, it's
led him
John,
into independence.
John, Jean, Jacques, Jacquees, Dessalines, and that's Dessalines. But yeah, dude,
Spell Dessalines again.
Dessalines, Dessalines.
Okay, so
Got it. Yeah.
and
And
that
so,
was 1791.
well, so no, at that time, that was about 1803 at that time. That was about 1803 at that time. 1791 is when Toussaint Louverture, when he went to war with him, he once jumped on them. He went and jumped on the French.
And that's when they got their independence.
Well, that's what it started, because they end up well, he whooped them. Don't get me wrong. He whooped them, and he took a lot of area. He took Dominican Republic. He took the DR. He took a couple of other little islands back from the French, and he abolished slavery. He abolished the slavery, man, and made himself like the general or something, or governor or something for life. But and so he ran shit for a while until Bonaparte sent out his little goons to go pick him up, and they picked him. They caught up with him, snatched him up, put him in jail, and he died. But his general, the one that we just the Dessalines,
right?
That, yeah, my man, he finished the job. He finished the job. He went up and he went on and he whooped the French, man. He served them. And matter of fact, he served them so good that was in November that he served them. December 1st, France recognized him as independent. So they put it on their ass. They put it on them real good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that was the very first Black republic in the world, in the whole entire world, man, to gain their independence, man, from a European nation, man. And it's the second nation in the Western Hemisphere to gain its independence from a European nation, besides, of course, United States in 1776. Right. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, so that's all I got, King. Like, we can open it up, man, and talk about it, King, if you want. What y'all think about the sister, man?
Man, she banging. I didn't see this one either, man. I watched that different one. No, I didn't see this one. That shit fire, man. I got a whole bunch of notes, man.
Yeah, so I got it's part two too. So I'm gonna send everybody part two. Yeah, I'm gonna send everybody I'll send everybody here on part two. I'll send y'all part two, man. But yeah, it's she keeps going. She goes on for another hour, King.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
Yes, sir. She goes on for another hour, man, and she pushing some more heat. More heat. But yeah, man, your boy Toussaint Overture, man, it was like 500, they estimated like 500,000 Haitians, man. I think 100,000 died. I think they had some like 40,000 of the French, to 24,000 of them got knocked off. So them Haitians whooped them, man. They kicked their ass, man. And that was the first time that it ever happened, man. Ever.
You got the spelling of his name?
Which one, brother? Toussaint?
Last one? Just say, yeah,
Toussaint?
yeah.
Yeah, it's TOUSA. I'm sorry, TOUSSAINT, and then it's L apostrophe OVERTURE. It's Louverture, I think it's something like that.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Toussaint Louverture.
Yeah, I was trying to write, I was trying to hear clearly when she was speaking them names, but I knew we would get to it anyway.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. Yeah, so there, but yeah, any anybody else, man? We'll talk about it, man.
Yeah, well, like I said, Toussaint and Dessalines, anybody into revolutionary stuff, them top dogs. Americans, when you think about Nat Turner, them heard about that. And America did not want their slaves to know about what had happened in Haiti.
That's right.
They didn't want them to know. But eventually came out in 1831, that on Nat Turner, about 30 years after. But that revolution in Haiti, it lasted years. And when you got to look into it, look how long it lasted. It wasn't no quick thing. You know what I'm saying? So, as I said, Toussaint started it. They captured him, imprisoned him. He died in prison. Then Dessalines took over. Dessalines is the one who got the independence.
Finish the job, man.
Yeah, and like I said, when you see them, whenever y'all look up, they gonna be looking. They sharp. The motherfuckers is generals, the top dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So once it was known that you could overthrow the oppressor, then game was on. You know what I'm saying? Even in America, we knew, we could overthrow them. So things got tougher. That's always been the thing. Whenever they thought they was outnumbered, they're gonna toughen them laws, and it's good to know that even from that, when you get to the town, I was just the Mississippi Purchase, the Louisiana Purchase,
Louisiana Purchase. Yeah.
Yeah, all that happened because Napoleon lost that war in Haiti. Yeah,
That's right.
so he needed some money, so he had to sell that port, and he sold that to America.
That's right.
Yeah, consequences.
He got his ass toe up.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so now, so ever since then, France has punished him severely, economically, from that point on. You know what I'm saying? And I think that they coming to it, and that's coming to a head.
Yeah, it's always been known that they never was gonna get peace on that island after it was always gonna be made an example of dealing with white supremacy, period, point blank. So things that you see going on, it's always still controlled by them. You know what I'm saying? They're not letting that shit go down where they don't know what's going on. All the corruption, all the craziness that's happening on that island, they always watching it and always got something to do with it. We'll later find out Like you'll probably find out them gangs was funded by some you know what I'm saying, it's to cause displacement, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, they don't want as she was saying, then people they'll never have peace, you know. If you don't know that, if you come in there think you're finna come to that island and sit by the beach and all that there, she say, no, this is the wrong place to be. It's gonna be on here, you know, and you should know that. You should know your enemy, you know. But she, like I said, she said she dropped a bunch of different facts, a bunch of information, and a very strong presentation. So again, appreciate you for bringing that to the panel and to the people, you know. So good selection there, brother Jamie. Black power, black love.
Harry, you want to say something?
Queen.
I'm having trouble with my sound and stuff, but I'm actually speechless. I'm appalled by what was going on and what's still going on. Thank you.
I'll send you the video, Carrie. I got it.
Oh, you got it? You got it up?
Yeah.
You got part 2?
No, not part 2. I got part
Okay,
1.
I'm trying to send it to you right now. You see if you got it right yet, man.
Okay. My phone turned on. Let me see. Let's see.
Hey, Jonathan, hold on. Let's see if you got it too. Hold on for a second though.
Yeah, I'm gonna step away for a quick second, fellas.
All right.
Okay.
No, I didn't get it yet, Jamie.
Neither.
Hold on. Hold on. All right, see if you. All right, I just sent it. See if you got it. All right.
Didn't get it yet.
Yeah, me either.
Let's see if I can find it too.
I don't know how the fuck. I can't share it, man.
Let me see if I can find it. All right, I got it. I
You
sent
got
it.
it?
Yeah.
You send it out for me, man, please.
Yeah, I got you.
Appreciate you, man. Hey, but did Carrie ever finish? What, she fall off?
No, she got out because she having trouble with her. She disappointed because she having trouble with her volume on her phone or
Oh
something.
shit.
I don't know why.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, she came walking in, and I was like, "Damn, you good?"
Yeah,
No,
yeah. She having so she couldn't hear it?
just on her. It's got to be on her end, man. It might be with her, Bluetooth headphones or whatever.
Okay, all right.
I'm not sure. She never has no trouble with it, but uh,
Yeah. Jonathan, what you think about the king? What you think about the queen, man?
Uh, Beautiful, beautiful, strong, influential representation. I like that as a woman, so enlightened on um, what's taking place in that time and era in a clear and concise way. I liked how from the beginning, apparently, somebody was a little unsettled with the numbers and how she stated that who's meant to be here, who needs to be here, is here.
Right.
Reference to a revolution that's the mindset clear from the beginning that had to be had in the face of the adversity that you're going to encounter. You know, a lot of times in standing up for what is good and right, you know, for yourself, your household, your nation, your community, your nation, you have a vision that not everyone will have. And that fact alone sets you apart. It sets you at odds with the people you think you're doing it for, kind of thing. And so you have to be resolute in your pursuit, in your stance, in your willingness to persevere. And so when it comes to things like what we've been talking about, what's going on in Florida, what's happening right now in Haiti, you know, it takes a congealing, man, of people who have in their mind and in their heart to do something, you know, like our ancestors did in reference to slavery. You know, people have to give their lives some time to bring notice to the realities that we're fighting for. You know, it don't mean nothing to the masses. And, you know, a person born into slavery is comfortable to a certain extent because because they don't know what freedom is, you know. So when I see things like that, and I see, I'm mindful of what's happening in Haiti right now, where the news is reporting it as an uprising or, you know, a revolt or this, that, and the other, but you never know. They masters of neo-colonialism, where they'll start a problem, get people in, you know, like the Rwandan situation where they were able to have the Belgians and the British fund a war amongst the people by separating and then working as a fund or a channel or a means by which each side could fight, supplying weapons and guns, this, that, and the other. And when they've killed each other in a way that absolutely makes no sense, you know, the same people that started that fight come in as the peacemaker. And it's one of those things, if they say, if I can dictate to you the diameter of your knowledge, I can control the circumference of your actions. If I can tell you what the truth is about you and have you believe it, I ain't got to worry about you making a future for yourself. You're going to follow what I set out for you. So what you gentlemen are doing here and having a woman as strong and sound in presentation like that, especially about something that's a currently evolving situation. You know, America hasn't done anything in trade or, you know, maybe it's her own policies and the independence that comes from not, you know, taking money from, because she did make clear that, you know, Caucasian interests have no place on that island. That was the law. I didn't know that it was a place of refuge, universal refuge for people who have had issues throughout the world. Had no concept of that. And it has me wanting to look into what's happening over there now more, you know. But I honestly believe that until we see more what we have in common as to our plight is as a people, as opposed to the focus on the differences, we'll continue to be those islands that are easily manipulated. Like it takes information systems just like this to bring consciousness to people, to where to animate in the people a desire to do something. I believe personally, that's how that coming to, you know, that valley of dry bones becomes the exceedingly great army, where people take consciousness as a result of that breath being breathed in them, the ability to see and grasp the concepts of themselves being more. You know what I mean? It's very, you know, man is what a man does, but a man can't be nothing more than he has knowledge of being. So, whether you realize it or not, you touching ground in areas and people like myself, being reminded to persevere and inspired to do it at the same time. So that woman, what was her name?
That's the Bayyinah. Bayyinah Bello.
Bello.
Huh?
Bayyinah Bello.
Bello. It'll be on the video that I sent you.
Okay. Yeah, just a beautiful thing, man. I appreciate what you guys set out here. And I'm gonna have to, I ain't gonna lie, I had just ate what have you, and I nodded in and out for a few minutes. I had nodded out. I probably shouldn't be telling that, but I'm raw with it.
Right.
With it. But God is good. I'm gonna have to look at it again. And the part 2, was I able to get it? Were you able to send it to me, or do I?
I think I sent it to you.
Okay, good. Yeah. That's a beautiful thing, gentlemen. Thank you for letting me be a part.
Yeah, no doubt.
For sure.
Man.
And what you think about it, Unc? You say you wrote down notes. What happened?
Yeah, I got a grip of notes, man.
I know you do, Unc. You stay on the notes.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, because to me, man, I take a lot of notes, man, because I value what a person is saying, and I want to know what they said so I can do that research, right? Because I can be in my own head anytime, man, and so I give kudos to I give attention to it. So, anyways, I like the pronunciation, the correction right off the bat from don't be calling my shit no more, no different than what it is, right?
Right.
I-80. I never knew that, right?
Right. Me either.
Yeah. And then she spoke about the common past experience and then the culture and being a free, what we have in common is the common past experiences in the culture and being free for if you were Black, you were free and a citizen. I thought that was top notch. I never heard because you're Black, you get this extra privilege, right? All right. So the only island of the Caribbean with its original name still. And then I wrote down Bartholomew because I heard Gerald mention that, and so I asked him about that. But describing the guy that brought that she was saying sarcastically was such a good person, but brought the Africans after there were many changes of the people that occupied that place, right? And then they left, and then they repopulated, regrouped, and then they left. And then this dude Bartholomew that Gerald mentioned, because I don't have his other name, I couldn't hear it to pronounce it and write it. He decided that he was so damn good and going to do something good for the people, for the profit, to go get the Africans, all right, and bring them over, right? And so I wrote down that's some degrading shit, man, and that the people changed and left, regrouped, changed and left, tried to keep their culture going and stuff like that, and they just couldn't keep it together, man, and then I didn't have the right. I don't know if I got the right pronunciation.
Yeah, those groups, they didn't leave. They died off. They were killed.
They died off. That's it. Hold up. Let me write that. Yeah, died off.
They didn't leave. They died off. They got killed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, once you understand that history, then when you look up Bartholomew de las Casas and him saying, "Hey, we're gonna kill all these native people off, go to Africa," and that's when that slave trade started.
Yeah, so the Bartholomew, can you spell that last name? De la Casa?
I think it's Cases or OS Casas.
Okay, I got it. Something similar. Okay. Yeah. So then I'm gonna check into that cat. And then she spoke of the Arawaks, and I don't know how to spell that, but if one of you do, then that's cool. If not, I'll look it up.
Arawak will be the Native Americans.
Right,
Whenever they
right.
talk about the Native Americans and who Columbus came upon, he came upon these Arawak people. That's what they described them as, niggas, some black people.
Black. Okay.
One of them had a goddamn some fucking African gold on it. It was some, and in the book before Columbus, they came before Columbus. It talks about when what's the name came over. See, they never came to America. I-80 and over there is what they call the Caribbean. When they say, but they call all of this Americas, but we'll think Columbus came to America. He never to what we call continental America, if that makes sense.
Right.
He only made it to them islands. And you got to remember when they coming, wherever they get to, they own that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Well, it's a sticker.
So, yeah, they from them ever when they first got there until you hear about Toussaint and Dessalines in the late 1700s and early 1800s, that's when they get their independence, all the way from 1492. That makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the people that claimed that had imprisoned, and when you hear about what she talking about, after they got their independence, they did a constitution thing in 1801 or 18, whatever that year was, 1805, I think.
05.
Yeah. After they won their independence, they declared that island that any black person that come there to persecution or whatever, they free and they're a citizen.
If they're black.
Right.
Yeah.
If they're black, they're a citizen.
Yeah, yeah. So and that was knocked off 100 and some years later in 1915 when America came in there and did their thing. Put the National Guard, put the Marines on them and arrested them or whatever they did, you know.
When they surrounded the joint.
Right, and signed it where white people can own land or whatnot. Before that, white people couldn't own shit there.
That's right.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, 1915 when they did that.
I didn't mean to stop what you was talking about.
No, man, that's what I take notes, man, you know, because I can't write down everything. I dig that. You know, that's what it's about to me, man. It's building. So, you know, big ups. So so then she went down to stating what we need to do. And the first one was identify the problem, you know, me, the problem, right? And identify the problem outside of me that is within me, obviously, right? So, and then she said the first thing is get with yourself, arm yourself with, she gave a litany of shit, right? You know, the highest technology. She didn't say, you know, directly arm yourself with artillery, but I'm feeling that and so forth, you know, so to get the white man cut out of me, all the way out of me, right? So then she went down to what Gerald was just talking about.
Just know thyself to me.
Yeah.
Know thyself.
Yeah, but she gave a great description is what I'm saying.
Well, as she said, start the war upon self.
Right.
Kill the enemy within.
Right.
You got to kill the enemy within when you start with the war. Don't start thinking you finna go fight the white man. First, kill that white man and them ideas or whatever you've been taught. Kill that first. And again, as you also saying, Jamie, that is by getting knowledge yourself. You know.
All
right.
Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, let me just write this real quick. Okay, and then we went down to what Gerald was talking about, the Constitution of 1805, where they documented what their country mission is, right? And that's hard to find, difficult to find, but the Constitution or the documents of 1801 and 1807 are easily defined. And then the 1915, the extraction of the law, of their mission was totally eradicated, taken out. And this is some shit here, man. Their money was backed by gold, not by, American dollar currency. They lied and they stole it. They lied and said, we're going to put it up and preserve it for you, and stole it. And then she went off, right? Let me just get to this verse. Yeah, then she went off, and they never returned it. And then she started talking about the descriptions of the streets, right? The poverty, they don't have this, they don't pay attention, they're dressed nasty, they won't learn, and all this kind of stuff. And they're saying, well, why don't you give us our gold back, right?
That's right.
Can't just go take it. You know what I mean? Obviously, you can't just go take it. They lied and, came over stomping through a period of time, changing each year, something different, right? So they're taking away their cultural mission, right? The military, this was called the military occupation. The contents of that was prostitution will rise. She gave a description of that, right? Because the military got to get them some, man, and they're gonna take it. They took her mama. They saying you took my mama, you took my daughter, my sister, my auntie, on and on and on, right? So prostitution will rise. The increase of taxes will happen at least 15%, right? The work population will be cut in half. So poverty can do nothing but ensue, right? So 1971, the illicit drugs introduced, and they were never there before then. Yeah, they were totally oblivious to drugs. That's cold. And then she gave she was talking about atheism. And she highlighted that we believe in non-matter existence. That's cold, right? I mean, we get it, we study it and stuff like that, but I'm just saying that definition right there, and then she expounded on that.
Can you say that again? What kind of matter?
Non-existence.
Noon.
Yeah, and which included the noon. Nothing that didn't come from the noon. I mean, came from the noon. All right, so she put that together. That's why it's really good to have these videos and to go over them, man. This ain't regular life, right? You just hear something, react, and then move on. If it's important, like she was talking about, we're gonna study this, right? Not just hear. I'm talking about prepare to study, right? You can't see it because my shit is done, but I'm putting up my book, right? Prepare to study and show and prove, right? So we believe in and then she talked about the Vadum, and so I looked that up, and so I'm on that, and I thought that was really tight, man. All things are spiritual, all right. All things have a spirit. Same thing with we believe in non-matter existence. That's just powerful, man.
Well, Doom is out of Nigeria, I think, right?
I believe so. Yeah. And
Can you define Mr. Otter, can you define non-matter existence? What does that mean? What is she referring? I know you put God attached to it. Can you explain in any more
Yeah,
definitive
I
way?
could, but I could. We can talk about that later. But
Okay.
I could, but that's not what this is about. So,
Mm.
but the good question, great question, right? The boys, we'll be willing to do that. Just let me finish this, man, and then we can do that in the after show, unless they want to do it, you know. But I want to get through this first. Good question, though. January 1st, 1984, was the independence of Haiti. And then she was talking real big about the Oshun and the Ogan. And she gave great descriptions about that, man, and the characteristics of it, and the with or without it, you know, and the danger of that, right? You know, and then which include love and equilibrium, and then she was cold with ignorance has no love, right? Hold on, I'm almost done here. She gave she gave a description about success. What success is not is what you gain for. All right. What is not what you gain for general applause, right? But it is, and I just paraphrase, being whom you are and sets generational examples of good. She said it a whole lot better than I wrote it. All right. And then I just wrote down you know, what you guys gave me, the information about John Jacques.
This
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
This
In 18,
lane. This lane.
okay. And then I put down 1803. And then Jamie was talking about the very first in the Western Hemisphere and became the first Black Republic. All right. And then that's all the notes I took, man.
Yeah.
Jonathan, that's a real good question, man. And if the boys want to talk about that afterwards, man, you know, I'm sure they'd be willing to get into that too. So, I just
And
didn't.
I'm gonna say that she was just talking about creation, King. She was just talking about the creation, man. I mean, when she went into that, she was talking about the creation, the water of noon, and then coming up with matter, like creation of you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Water and matter, water and you know the earth. You know what I mean? She was, you know, she was just speaking on creation.
Okay.
The water of noon is like the primordial waters. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Yeah,
Waters of origin, so to speak.
yeah.
Okay.
You got anything to say on that? Oh yeah, he had to step away for a minute.
Oh,
No,
you got
Joe there.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was his question again? What was your actual
When
question?
Go ahead.
she made um she made a statement about non-matter existence.
Non-existent matter.
Non-existent, yeah, non-existent matter
And
in
she was
reference
talking
to
about
God. I thought.
she was talking about noon in the matter, right?
Yeah, she accompanied Noon with the non-existent matter. I think that came after the non-existence matter, right?
So what was all right? So yeah, we got
Let me
good
let me
listeners.
find which point that was on. So
No, what question? What's the question though?
I was trying to understand what that is. What is that?
non-existent matter.
Yeah, because
What
the
they basically
context.
said, and you'll have to look more into what noon is to get your understanding. But
Okay.
from our ancients, when they say in the beginning, or when they deal with creation, right?
Uh-huh.
It was something prior to creation. We will refer to that as N-U-N, noon or new. Okay. So it wasn't that it was nothing there. It was something there. That something was the new. New was prior to creation. Okay. So
Okay.
We call creation the explosion, which all matter, everything of the universe is made of. That all was all in a latent form, or in a unmanifest form already in the noon. Everything was already present.
My man. You know,
and
So
Jonathan,
sometimes you are here, and again, it's always referring to that. It's also the creator, the whatever we want to call it, creator, or creation. Some still existed prior to that. When you hear us talking about knowledge of self, you'll hear us connecting ourselves to the noon. Yeah. So
and the way she described it, she brought in the noon later. She what I got from that is strictly non-existent matter. That's what the fuck it is. And you know, John, we did a study on this, man. And to me, the question that you pose is more of a study rather than a direct instant description.
Okay.
Right, that to me, and Gerald talks about, you know, we have to break it down into grassroots, right, so that it's easily explained. Well, to me, the easy explanation is the thorough study. You feel me? And then I'd be willing to go. You know, we build on a study like that again. You know, but you know, we already did it, and it's just a great information, man.
Just when you think of matter, or what we know about matter, you think of the particles, helium, and we get into all that hydrogen, helium, and all that there.
Yep.
Or what we know, and how we can calculate and see exactly what they are and say, I can name this. It's some shit prior to that you could not name.
Right.
It's like, I do not, but it was always there. So when they saying this unformed matter, or this, it gets descriptions as like the nothingness, the darkness, the unknown. It get when you try to describe it, it's letting you know it's some shit that is almost not understandable, but we know it's there.
That's
the way,
exactly what it is. Non-existent matter, period.
Okay. Yeah, that's what the reason I asked, because the way it came out, just like in one of the explanations given in our reading here in the house this morning, my girl asked me, what is a microcosm? And Webster's defines that. It was just, you know, in harmony with something that was addressed here in our reading this morning, the explanation I just received, where a microcosm is the smallest component of any living thing that comprises all the properties of that thing, manifest or unmanifest, you know. And so you know, the explanation kind of fed into
right.
You understand?
Yeah.
Microcosm, the smallest, the macrocosm is more of the manifest aspect of that very thing, like an atom. All that's, you know, for us to be what we are right now, there was an element of our reality way back in time that was maybe like a drip in the Atlantic Ocean, if that makes sense. So I'm just identifying. I be trying to do 2 + 2 with what God done gave me already.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good.
Yeah, that's all.
Let me give a little synopsis, a quick. So, to me, without haven't done any other further search, this is dangerous. No, I ain't even gonna go there. I just keep it. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's all right.
What
No, we don't fuck around like that on Sankofa, boy. They don't fuck around like that on Sankofa, boy. We done got caught up.
Basically, the micro macro from a knowledge of self point is the macro is the universe. And then you are
the micro.
Yeah, you the universe. It's a universe inside of you.
Yes,
when
sir.
you're studying the universe, you're studying yourself. If you're studying that universe and not putting it to some particular part of self, then it's not knowledge of self. I don't care what it is. So that's the highest form knowledge itself. And our ancestors built things and did things to remind us of that and to show how fucking smart they were dealing with it on that level. You know what I'm saying? So they looked at nature and then applied what a part of their human nature. Because we always say nature, nature, nature. The ancients say the human got a nature. And our human nature, which is this connected with our back to the noon, or it's a divine nature over that other shit.
Come on, man.
So our divine nature, which we was in search of, and being in tune with, being one with, as she said, make sure you're on your journey, doing what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? That'll leave out a whole bunch of other stuff if you're on your path, if you know yourself. You know,
and if you're in the Ogun or the Ogan, one of them two, it's gonna take you. It's gonna take you. If you ain't, you're in danger zone. You got a portion. You know, you try to activate that. Without that, whichever one she said, the Ogun or the Ogan, you in trouble. You misled.
Yeah, Ogun is a warrior. That's the iron. You know what I'm saying? So if you go into war, and if you ain't attached with that warrior energy or intent, and again, especially what she's saying is African centered. You know what I'm saying? It would be the same thing like if we would connect to our Hebrew to go to battle or whatnot.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so it's the same little human aspects of consciousness are connected to deities or gods or whatnot, but you're dealing with an aspect of self on the highest level. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. You're not going outside of self, you're going within self, going deeper into self.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With that knowledge. So if you're being taught properly, if you're being initiated properly, you know what I'm saying? And that bit is being drawn out, you know. So that's all I want to say on that. Power love.
Yeah. Hey man, that's a good question though, Jonathan, man. I'm glad you asked it.
Yeah.
I got something on it, man, but it's more philosophical, factual, Afro-centered, but I'm gonna run it by. I'm gonna let it marinate for a minute, man.
Yeah, hey, so yeah, man. Good build, man. Good build. I like that, man. Like I said, man, I just, you know, it's dealing with creation, man. One, you know, and yeah, Ogun, all that. You see, that's Orisha, man. That's the Orishas. She dealing with West African spiritual systems, which is good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what she's dealing with.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, and beautiful thing, man, because the Orishas got, you know, they got some really good. I mean, the Yoruba got some really good teachings, man. Some good science there.
And you could tell when, you know, at the end where it kind of shifted, when they were saying, don't when the gallery was saying, don't sugarcoat it and shit like that. See, that's a shift, right? Because she wasn't laughing. You know, it reminded me of my own self, you know, but she wasn't laughing because there wasn't no playing in that, right? But they got shook somewhere in their self, and a bunch of them got shook and started laughing. You know, we had a bigger panel and stuff like that. Other people would have probably, you know, laughed and, you know, got out of the flow. You know, the best I can describe it. And that was really intricate to me, man. And that's the character, the purpose, and identification of a person that really is strong in what they talking. They ain't gonna do shit ain't funny. You know what I mean? And what she was talking about was really detailed and it was real surgical and pinpoint. She was talking about the description of you know how people walk around, you know, carry themselves, right? And they found it hilarious, you know, worthy of laughing. I was disappointed in that part of the gallery, you know, but she stood strong, didn't flinch, not a flinch. Yeah, yeah. So big ups to to Professor Barlow, man. You know, and she
For
talked
sure.
about going to school too, man, in that prestigious school, man. You know, and they didn't teach.
Taught her how to drink.
They taught how to drink and how to ride horses and how to uh, walk and talk. You know, and in the dress, and she couldn't wear her hair. You know, she had to, you know, Europeanize it in a sense and shit, man. There's a little kid, and I can forget what state it's in, man. And he's going to a private school right now, and they said you can't have your hair hang down no further than a point, right? And so he has long hair and dreads, but he, you know, he did it up like they do it to that length, and they kicked him out of school, man. They kicked him out. So it's a big thing. It's a big thing. They got a protest and everything going on, you know, court and then the whole nine digits. So, you know, that stuff is just crazy, man. And
Sure,
when
man.
when people say, you know, um, um, I'm knowing myself and ain't Afro-centered. If they black, you know, I just shake my head today, man. Nowadays, you know. I'm learning not to engage, man, because I'm out there. You know what I mean? And I'm learning not to engage, man. I had a couple experiences this week, and um, but I sure came home and told Carrie about them. I didn't tell them motherfuckers about it, but I told Carrie about it. I got to get it up out of me, man.
Right.
You know, and then Professor, this relates to this. Professor Barlow said was talking about got to know who I am. I got to be able to stand. My description is I'm the motherfucking barometer of who I am. All right, not you, not what you think. Not who you proclaim that I am, behind or in my face, don't matter. But who I think I am, right?
That's
So
right.
that's just power right there, man. I mean, it's Gary would say, that's what you talk about, right? I would think she would say that, right?
Yeah.
I say it, right? Because I just said it, right? So, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. Good. All right, man. Well, listen, man. We can
Hey, big
close
ups to
it.
you, Jonathan. Hey, get with me on
Yes,
that.
sir, man.
Get with me on that
Beautiful,
video I
beautiful
sent you,
thing.
man.
Yeah, I'll look at it. Being honest, I'm gonna let what is what I've been given today resonate for a minute.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
within the next 48 hours or so,
yeah.
I'll go over it and touch base with you in that way, if that's fair enough.
Yeah, it could be the next 2 weeks. It don't matter, man. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, view it sometime when it's convenient, man. You moved or, you know, and
Yeah,
just get back with me whenever
yes, sir.
you are, you know.
Yeah, man. I thank God for what y'all doing, man.
Yeah,
Um, I really do. The fact that this is available to anybody that want it, you know, and yeah, man, it's a vessel that needs to be shared. It's bright,
right.
and it's you know what I mean. It anime. You know they say um, that the spirit that is an animating force, but you can't have it without the word. You know what I mean? Kind of where relation and energy is. You know the conveyance of energy between one another, having something good and sound to talk about and raising oneself up to me is just you know, it ain't many vessels like this. You know, you got the religious channels and this, that, and the other, and you got the, you know, the institutions that say, as long as you think like I think, you on the path. But to just get it raw history, man, this is something that should be taught in school, and it make you wonder why it's so important that it's not. So much energy is being put into it not being done, you know.
Well, she made it
Champion,
clear. She made it clear why it's not being done, right?
What she said.
She made it clear, you know, and she's saying because they have to do that. They have to do that. They have to keep people in power. They stole the shit, and they can't tell that they took it and they kept it. And even if they do, it's for a purpose. They're gonna build off of their shit, man. You know, they're gonna build off of their shit, and they're gonna keep anything like you said in the beginning. They're not gonna leak what's gonna contradict, right?
Yeah.
Or some kind of confrontation to them. You know.
Yeah, I think the brother. I'm sorry, I don't know his name, but he gave a
Gerald.
strong statement on the reason why. Yeah, the brother here in the cipher. On the reason why they do the things they do, in stating that, you know, when a man recognizes the God force within himself, becomes a force in and unto himself, that whoever's exposed to him, you know, you don't even have to, when a man is in harmony with history, you know, I think of the example where it was taken out of the Bible, the how be it in the 17th chapter of Matthew, that 21st verse that we went over, and everything keep coming back to that for me, where Isa taught, all that I can do, all that I've done, you can do and more, and nothing will be impossible to you. He said, how be it, this power does not go out except by prayer and fasting, the meditation and discipline. You know, and so the power monger would give that meditation and discipline to his children in a way that he wouldn't to us. You know, and it ain't his job. If he able to maintain power and dominion by our lack of motivation to teach our own and to be of our own, you know, more power to him. You know what I mean? I applaud him for that, because it ain't his fault. It ain't nobody else's job to raise our children to the apex of their ability. You know, it ain't nobody else's, you know, with a grand scheme. You know, I could talk all day about what somebody doing against me, but if I ain't doing nothing to exercise that quality for myself, and the light has been given to me, do it, the path has been set, it's plain and simple. You know, I don't read in scripture that this dude told me to pray to him. He told me to be what he is. You know, dig my example. I'm the prototype. Take notes, bro, and do it for yourself. But a lion, I say again, a lion pup doesn't know the roar until it hears one. You put him in a circus, he'll be jumping through hoops of fire for a snack. And so with these kind of channels being here, and women like that young lady, you know, to a man, or to me, in reference to being a man, you know, if I were to imagine myself next to her, I imagine what kind of mindset I would have to have, you know, me to be an asset to her. See, and I think too, before history is just history that was burned by the conqueror. And, you know, I think we coming into contact with bits, and this is I think, you know, this ain't nothing to be quoted on, just from what I'm reading. The narrative is changing as I learn more about the potential I have as an individual, where, you know, the God of the book was a people who had a knowledge that Adam and Eve didn't have, you know, and I heard it said that there were thousands of Adams, an Adamic reality for every ethnicity that's here on this planet. Something to think about. And if I'm at the base and root of all the atoms genetically, in the scientific community is bearing witness to that reality, I have to say to myself, there are certain books I ain't been exposed to yet that tell me about me. You know? In the picture behind you, Mr. Artister, I see a bunch of grown men seeing a young man with a book, who are learning from that young man with that book. He reading. Apparently, something is exciting about what he reading. And, you know, this pursuit that the path that we on here, is the way to it, man. The more you know, the more I get to share, you know, and I don't think any of this experience is mine, you know, to be mine, and mine alone. You know, it's meant to be shared. It just feels good to be a part of this thing, man, and have somebody to talk to about what I've been presented with. A lot of what I've encountered in my reading, you know, I ain't gonna lie to them, a great majority of it came from the time I had, you know, behind them walls and them fences where I had the time to read what isn't commonly or just given to me to set a tone where I'm attracted to the mindset you guys are representing here. And you know, and you exposing it. I don't know how many people actually get to see Sankofa 180, but I'm gonna promote it. You know, because there are people that wish we had something more to think about than the basic struggles attached to the day. You know, gentlemen, I appreciate this opportunity, man. I'm gonna have to get up from here though. I don't know how much.
Yeah, we about to get off anyway.
Yeah, we about to close it down, man.
I wanted to say just real quick that it is that man's fault. It's also our responsibility to climb up out of it. Professor Bello said we need to identify the problem, interior and exterior, right? So I'm not giving no pass to the motherfuckers that's creating the problem.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. Look, I'm saying it like if I were a gazelle, I couldn't blame the lion for being a lion because I know he a lion.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
I ain't giving no pass, bro. Don't twist it. I did not say that.
No. Don't say I twisted. Don't say I twisted it. I just added something to it.
Oh, okay, my man.
Yeah.
That is not what I was implying.
Yeah, and I'm not twisting it, man. I'm just adding something to it. That's all.
Devil being, you know, I know him to be a devil. You know.
Hey, so listen, man, we can shut him down, man. Good conversation, brothers. And Jonathan, yeah, man, promote it, man. Put it out there, man. Let them know we you know, we here and we you know we building, man. We build.
Sure.
You know, we build, man. And you know, and so yeah, man. But yeah, we family, we gonna be here next Sunday. It's a children's book read. And please join us. Learn about African history, real events, real places, real people, right? And we met, you know, and you put your name in the chat. We spin the wheel. You win the if you a winner, we send you a free book, man. Don't cost you nothing. Absolutely nothing, man. All we need is your address, right? All we ask is that the child read the following book read. That's it, man. And you get it, and it's good quality books. It ain't no garbage. They real good quality books, man. And like I said, it's about our people, our accomplishments, real people, man. You know, and so yeah, and we got them from all ages. So come on in, man. We got them from all ages. You know what I'm saying? We got them from the time you can read all the way to 100. You get on here at 100, we got something for you to read. All right.
Right.
We got something for you to read, man. Hey, so listen, man. Come on in, man. Join us, man. And don't let them rewrite this history in our face, man. We got to combat that, man. We got to combat that with the real, true history. That's what we got to do. We got to let them know what it is, man. All right. I got 2 little boys here, man. I got another son and my oldest daughter, man. And they kids is in this with me, man. Right. Yeah.
Strong.
And so we pushing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm pushing this, right? We push this to my kids and my grandkids, right? And so and hopefully it'll continue on.
Right? I'm gonna have to make a baby, man, so I can just raise one up in this.
Hey, but yeah, man, like, you know.
You hear that, Carrie?
Push it to the babies, man. Let them know, man.
I'll
You
tell
know
you
what
in a
I'm
minute.
saying? Got something for you. You know what I'm saying? It's free. And then, you know, they get to be on a live platform, man, and they get to participate. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, bring them in, man. Nieces, nephews, grandkids, kids. Come on in, man. Bring them in. We're gonna close out, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody for joining. Please like, subscribe, share. Let us know what y'all think about, man, and give us a couple of comments, man. Let you know, give us a thumbs up, man. Give us a thumbs up. Hey, Gerald, you want to kick it with him right quick, man?
Peace out, prayer. Peace out. Good show.
And Jonathan, you want to kick it with him?
Peace out the same way. Black, how the brothers say, Black power, Black love.
That's right. And then last but not least,
Hey man, I just want to say you Kings looking good on here, man. Got your shit together, man. Looking all right, man. You know what I'm saying? And I love the conversation. I love the interaction. Love the information, man. Jonathan, it's good to have you on here, King.
Yes, sir. Love you, bro.
You know what I mean?
Y'all, man. Hey, listen, fam. Join us, man.
Gerald.
We love you. Hey, we out of here. Peace.
Gerald, love.